Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cryptonews Weekly Roundup. What a week. We got absolutely hammered. It is a bloodbath. Everything is down, and we will get into it. But it is time for the intros. My co-host is making me look bad yet again. She is in an absolute studio. What a life. Rachel, how are you? It looks like you are in a pretty sweet spot right now.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Yep, doing well. I'm reporting here from San Francisco at this amazing podcast studio space that I've been able to use today. So it is exciting and excited to talk about the crypto news with you.
Let's jump right into it. This week matches Rachel's shirt. It is a bit of a bloodbath, and we have red across the board. Bitcoin is down 5% to 98.2K. Ethereum down 20%. We've been doing this for about 9 months now, and I've never said that ETH or any of the big ones have been down 20%. Again, ETH down 20% to 2.7K. XRP also down just under 20 at 18.5 to $2.45 per coin. Solana down 15% to 198. BNB down 14% to 585, Doge down 23%, Cardano down 23%. We got hammered this week due to a couple unfortunate pieces of macro news, and most importantly, the tariffs, which were sort of fugazi, then not fugazi, then fugazi at the beginning of the week, which have now been at least delayed. So that is good, but boy, oh boy, was that a bad one. And Rachel, speaking of tariffs and the big dog, he had some huge news, Donald Trump, to kick this week off.
Yeah, more news about Donald Trump, obviously. So President Trump signed an executive order calling for the U.S. Sovereign Wealth Fund creation. On Monday, Donald Trump signed an executive order for the creation of the nation's Sovereign Wealth Fund. The move has already sparked curiosity over potential Bitcoin acquisitions. The executive order directs U.S. Treasury and Commerce departments to deliver a plan within 90 days for the creation of a sovereign wealth fund.
And Rachel, speaking of the big orange man himself, Donald Trump, Trump Media and Technology Group files 4 ETFs and SMAs. I didn't even know that you could sort of do this as the running president, of the United States, but here we are. The Trump Media and Technology Group files for ETFs and SMAs, which I did not know you could do if you were the leader of the United States of the world. President Trump's Truth Social parent company, known as Trump Media and Technology Group, TMTG, announced on Thursday that they applied for several brand-specific trademarks in the vein of ETFs and SMAs. Some of these trademarks include TruthFi Bitcoin Plus ETF, TruthFi Bitcoin Plus SMA, and TruthFi Made in America ETF, which is super interesting. A spokesperson and the CEO of TMTG said, "We aim to give investors a means to invest in American energy, manufacturing, and other firms that provide a competitive alternative to the woke funds and debanking platforms that you find throughout today's market." They are on a roll and cannot be stopped. Super interesting to see how that will come to play. Rachel, every week, MicroStrategy in the news. This week, we had a bit of a wild one as well.
Yeah, let's talk about it, Matt. So this week, MicroStrategy has renamed itself to Strategy with a Bitcoin logo. That is, and they're also reporting the Q4's largest Bitcoin acquisition. So Bitcoin holder MicroStrategy has been rebranded to Strategy as the company's primary focus is now Bitcoin and AI. The company unveiled its new Bitcoin logo, signifying its unique position as a BTC treasury company. Strategy is innovating in the 2 most transformative technologies of the 21st century, Bitcoin and artificial intelligence, said Fong Li, the president and CEO at Strategy. The rebranding follows founder Michael Saylor's testing of a big strategy day on Wednesday, prompting mass speculation amongst community. Under Saylor's leadership, the company has been accumulating Bitcoin since 2020, spending over $20 billion to build out its reserves.
Pretty wild stuff there. And speaking of strategy, the biggest asset manager in the world, BlackRock, boosts their stake in Michael Saylor's now Strategy and used to be MicroStrategy. Bit of a tongue twister there, Rachel. It got you and it's got me. And this happened yesterday on February the 6th. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission released that BlackRock now holds a 5% stake in Strategy, not MicroStrategy, reinforcing its confidence in Bitcoin-focused corporate strategies. Following the news, MicroStrategy, now Strategy's stock, rose by 2.8% in pre-market and reached a high of $325 as of today. And again, folks, we're recording on Friday, February 7th, and this episode will go live tomorrow. Moving forward, Tornado Cash. Haven't heard of these guys in a while, but their developer, Alexey Pertsev, has been granted supervised relief from prison.
Yeah, Matt, this has actually been making headlines. It's actually very big news. Alex Pertsev is a developer associated with the cryptocurrency mixing service Tornado Cash. He's set to be released from detention on Friday, January 10th, which is today, under electronic monitoring. He continues to contest money laundering charges in the Netherlands. His release comes ahead of his appeal against a 64-month prison sentence handed down in May 2024. Tornado Cash is a decentralized coin mixing service allowing users to obscure Ethereum transactions by blending them with others. Authorities have accused the platform of facilitating illicit financial activities, including money laundering.
Super interesting. Speaking of money laundering and the related subjects, ransomware payments have dropped 35% in 2024 as victims have finally said, you know what, enough is enough, and we will refuse to pay the hackers. This was another report by Chainalysis, one of the best, if not the best in the space. The global ransomware landscape saw a huge shift last year in 2024, with total payments decreasing by 35% year over year. This decline makes a turning point in the fight against cyber extortion, driven by increased law enforcement actions, stronger international collaboration, and a growing trend of victims refusing to pay attackers. Super interesting stuff here. And moving forward, Rachel, Rep. French Hill outlines U.S. plans to replace heavy-handed crypto enforcement.
Yeah, let's talk about it, Matt. And I actually had the opportunity to meet Representative French Hill at the North American Blockchain Summit last year. So that was really exciting to see him and meet him in person. He is a Republican who chairs the House Financial Services Committee, and he outlined an ambitious plan to reshape U.S. crypto regulation, asserting that new legislation will replace heavy-handed enforcement with clear investor-friendly guidelines. Representative French Hill indicated that regulatory overhaul is designed to protect investors while spurring innovation across the digital asset landscape. In a CNBC interview on Wednesday of this week, Hill spoke about the need for regulatory clarity that directs both the SEC and the CFTC on their roles. Obviously, this is great news, another win for the United States, so super excited to see that.
We'd love to see it. Also, speaking of the United States and some regulatory stuff, the SEC has decided to scale back its 50-member crypto enforcement team. This was another great report as well. This news came out earlier this week, and the unnamed sources added that some of the top lawyers moved out of the crypto enforcement team, and other members described the shakeup as an unfair demotion. The team is comprised with attorneys across and from different departments, prosecutors with background in cryptocurrency, cybercrime, and money laundering. And this scale back marks a significant shift on the crypto regulation regime under Trump's administration. It arrives after a president's executive order to eliminate regulatory overreach of crypto assets, sort of opening the floodgates for us all. And Rachel, the last piece of news this week, Berachain, which was touted as one of the hottest, probably Berachain and Nomad, the two hottest projects of 2025. Did it hit the hay, or is this a bit of a failed project?
Yeah, Matt, let's get into it. Berachain, is this a crypto scam or another failed project? So Berachain was supposed to be one of the biggest projects of this year, but Berachain surged to $14.83 before crashing 50% within hours, raising insider trading and market manipulation concerns. Anonymous founders in an unfair airdrop in which some users received nothing while others claimed millions fueled scam acquisitions. Despite strong investor backing, Berachain's future depends on how founders address allegations of unfair practices. This is something we've got to wait and see what happens. And yeah, just another crazy piece of news to end this week.
Very well said, Rachel. Folks, we really hope you guys enjoyed this one. We always love doing this with you. If you did, please do subscribe, hammer that like button. It would mean the world to Rachel, myself, and of course, our whole team over at Cryptonews. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, we see some green on the board. Too much red over the last couple of weeks, too much volatility. Let's hope we continue to go up and to the right. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you, love you, and we will see you on the next one.
Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye.